Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Brampton's Memorial Arena for Junior A action in the Ontario Lacrosse Association. Tonight, the Mimico Mountaineers have traveled slightly north and slightly west to face the Brampton Excelsiors. We'll pause for the national anthem and then lacrosse action from Brampton. You're looking at on screen right there the Brampton Excelsiors, the 2018 representative of Ontario in the national championship here in Canada, the Minto Cup for Junior A's, finishing just short of that goal in the final series against the Coquitlam Atanaks. They'll wear their white. They're right now surrounding Stephen Orleman, who will wear number 30, a trade deadline acquisition for this team, one of many for the Brampton Excelsiors at last year's trade deadline. And on the other side of the floor, navy blue with white lettering for the Mimico Mountaineers as they surround Riley O'Callahan, who will be in net tonight, number 00. Riley Hutchcraft, a longtime goaltender for this team. I was looking at him just off to our right on the Mimico bench, serving as an assistant captain tonight after one season with the Toronto Rock on their active roster, as well as we'll see where he plays in senior this year. Devlin Shanahan still on the roster of the Mimico Mountaineers, however, in action with the Buffalo Bandits as they face the Calgary Roughnecks in the NLL Championship. And we're underway, and it's a scrum draw there between Ryan Haig and a member of the Excelsiors. Two Brampton players collide with each other. Jason Walker getting the worst of that exchange as a big scramble there, and we are underway. A rivalry that goes back quite some time between these two teams. Maybe not as spicy as when the 97s were around, but opening goal here for Brampton as cutting across the crease with the opening shot, Brampton has a 1-0 lead. Try and get a number here for you. As it was down on the crease, that looks like number 28 of Brady Grennan, who was listed as a scratch on our roster. But it is 1-0 for the home side. Excuse me as I say that. You can make it a tie game as Jonathan Donville comes down off the faceoff for Mimico and puts it behind Orleman. 33 seconds, and we're tied 1-1 here in Brampton. Buckle up, the Excelsior Mimico Mountaineer rivalry is alive and well here in Brampton tonight, and it's already warm in this building. As a couple warm days here in Brampton. Another face-off win recovered there by Pearson Nolan. Jake Boudreau in his face, and it'll be Boudreau knocking down the pass and immediately picking up the rebound as a quick change in behind. This is Grennan now as it's pushed into the corner. James Whiteford. Far side, Austin Hazen. A roaring start to his Junior A season this year. Seth Van Scheppen back for Hazen again. late in the shot clock. O'Callahan, the shoulder save there. As Seth Van Scheppen cut in front of the Mimico crease. Minute and a half gone in our opening period. We'll play 3 20-minute periods here in Junior A in the summer. Those of you still on winter rules. As a reset there. Tyler Biles also listed as a scratch, but that was him picking up that ball. Here's John Vesna. AP here this evening. One of those players whose Junior A rights was picked up by Brampton. Another one of them, Justin Sykes from the Oakville Buzz. His Junior A rights acquired from Barry last year and then traded back to Mimico. He's on the opposition side of things on the Mimico bench tonight. Having to head off the floor. One of the Mimico players, a chin strap, and allowed Brampton to recover as they had an extra man. Try and get that number there for you, but Thomas McConvey, though, taking the flip pass across center. 2.5 gone now in the period. A shot, a bouncer, and Donville with his second of the game as it skips past Orleman. Mimico taking a 2-1 lead. You can see a bit of a screen and just hits the carpet and turns and gets behind Orleman as Jonathan Donville, a pair of goals early on here for the Mountaineers. Have them up 2-1. Violation off the face-off there. It was called by Kyle Kropman. He'll be joined by Joel Furman, 2 officials for this game. As this one bounces off the end boards. Way back to play for it, Gareth Haig. Him and his brother Ryan, the first full season of Junior A lacrosse, a couple years in Junior B. As a low shot on the run by Jonathan Peshko sails wide. Of course, Mimico just running an A and B program this year, much like Brampton. A B program that was formerly the Mississauga Tomahawks, now the Mountaineers Junior B Lacrosse Club. As O'Callahan picks that out of the crease, 3.5 gone. It is a 2-1 lead for the visiting Mimico Mountaineers as McConvey takes the flip pass again. That's Thomas McConvey taking it from his brother Jonathan. Up top, Justin Sykes. Bit of a change-up. Stephen Orleman stands in and makes the save. No Matthew Sykes tonight in the lineup. No Peyton Cormier, Liam Limoges, or Joey Zabo joining Devlin Shanahan as those yet to return from winter and spring assignments south of the border, including Peyton Cormier with Virginia going for a national championship this weekend. Here's Gareth Haig in transition. Had a bit of an opening there, but Braden Cresswell will slow up. And some miscommunication in the crease of Orleman, and he gets that big plastic summer stick on it to bring it back into the crease. Brampton running without Zach Sunderland, Reed Lowe, Andrew Horsley, and Liam McKay here tonight. Big chop down low. Austin Hazen standing over the ball. And it's going to be, not sure if it's Balavader or, well, now we'll see. Definitely a Mimico player, and it will be Daniel Balavader going off. Longtime face-off specialist. That's 55 of Ryan Haig for the Slash. Also a face-off specialist. As they'll split duties at the dot. Here for DJ Cleveley and his team. DJ Cleveley, the second year as head coach of this team. Dylan Evans, first year head coach as Dan Teat has made the move up to a major series, rejoining the major Brampton Excelsiors, who will get their season started here on Sunday. Mimico across for Peshko. Donville now finds a man in transition, and Thomas McConvey unable to hold his feet as he was hit just as the ball arrived. As now it's picked up by Brampton, and down the far side, Owen Blount-Smith. Low pass here for Hazen, and 5.5 gone in our first period. 1:10 left in the Brampton power play. First real set for them, as the last one was dislodged early. Pick on the near side, that opens a space for Van Schepp, and his shot hits off the post. I'm not sure if the right arm of O'Callahan got a piece of that or not, but it's still loose as Malaveter runs into it. No 10-second count normally, although it is when you're killing a penalty. They get over with a few seconds to spare as Alex Simons now runs into the ball off to the far side. He'll pass for Cresswell. Rag team out there, including Donville in the middle. He wears the captain's C here this season. It skips off his stick and rolls Aaron into the corner, allowing Brampton to pick up. As they cross center, there's 20 seconds remaining in the power play. Grennan, the only goal so far on the board for the Excelsiors, as Vesna has it again right on the logo. Hazen. It ends up working its way to the far side, where Penn Eastrat takes a hard shot, saved by O'Callahan. And now Hazen for Vesna again. Big body of John Vesna. Hazen steps into a hard shot and hung on to there under the arm of Riley O'Callahan. Still 2-1 as we've played 7 minutes, with Justin Sykes bring it over half. Peshko cutting the corner. He goes back to his forehand to take the shot, but it ran out of space as it's just off to the right side and up into the screening behind Kevin Orleman. I knew that was going to happen at some point, as it's brother Steven in net. Kevin playing the backup role with the Georgia Swarm. Steven also a Georgia Swarm draft pick. So we could have had the Battle of Georgia and Buffalo here tonight. As we said, Devlin Shanahan still on NLL assignment. Jonathan McConvey will pick this out of his own crease. Pass for Gareth Haig. Haig has Cresswell over on that left side. Now Thomas McConvey trailing the play. Donville pops into space, wants it. They'll give it to Limoges instead. And Liam Limoges' shot is wide into the corner, picked up by Orleman. Up to center, Jordan Medeiros. We were also told that Liam Limoges would be a scratch here tonight, so some numbers to check at halftime on both sides of the ledger. As walking in a goal here, and Mimico up 3-1. I believe that's Jonathan Peshko. Bit of transition action here for Mimico as they got in just before Brampton could get in the set defense. And right tight to the crease. And a goal, the third one of the game. As now Ryan Haig. Back to the dot, one cleanly there, by Kyle Vince. He sends it all the way down the floor for Tyler Biles. Orleman out to help with a pick. That another change from summer to winter rules. Winter, you can only take one step with the ball in the back of your stick. Here, you can continue going all day if you so choose. As we saw it there off that face-off. Here's Jason Walker, the recovery late in the shot clock. A bouncer does hit O'Callahan, and Pearson Nolan with the rebound. Nearing the halfway mark of this first period, your typical Brampton Mimico matchup. Nice and tight with some hard defense so far. As Peshko keeps it outside the fan, going wide. Another shot, Orleman squares to it, makes the save, but it's going to roll out of the crease as Donville will pick it up, and Thomas McConvey. Mimico already had a one-man change going, so he jumps back out the door as Donville Now over for, again, believe that's Limoges. As Josh Thompson will start the counterattack for Brampton. Brampton wearing the white jerseys. As a diving attempt there, the arm save by O'Callahan as Penn Estrat decided to take off. Here's Cresswell down the far side. Simons in the corner, a bouncer coming through for Peshko. And now up towards center for Jake Boudreau as Brampton on the counterattack. John Vesna off the bench now. He'll put it in the corner. Halfway through this shot clock as Hazen send it back to Kyle Vince. He was looking for an outlet, but everyone was tied up in the middle. Now down into the corner. A stutter step for Whiteford. Gets him to the crease and resets the shot clock as that shot hit off of Riley O'Callahan. Up for Hazen. Tons of room for him to shoot. He elects to pass down to the crease. And the save made by Kyle Vince. Big slash from Vince. Him and Ryan Haig going hard after each other. Down in the corner battling for this loose ball. Finally picked up by Haig. All of this on Mimico's shot clock, however. So as they still try and sort out their line change, they're now down to 10 seconds. It is a 30-second shot clock here in Junior A as Thomas McConvey rips a shot right into the pocket of the stick of Orleman. Again, because of that long loose ball battle, bit of a truncated shot clock for Mimico to work with there as Hazen hard pass into the corner for Jake Boudreau. That's Seth Van Scheppen, who now sends it to the far side. A bouncer skips off the glass. Grennan keeps it alive as it was headed into the Mimico bench, off the shoulder and the crossbar behind O'Callahan. A couple Brampton players right there. There was no whistle even though the shot clock went. As now on the run, the shot from Rory Graham off the end boards, and now they fight over this loose ball. It'll be Majeros picking it up for Van Scheppen as we've got 8 minutes remaining in period number 1. Cutting through the shot and the goal, James Whiteford. Second of the game for Brampton, a bit of a give and go pass. And they pull back within 1. You'll see Whiteford on the side of your screen just cut through, a nice find. And tiptoeing the line and the crease. And putting it home to make it 3-2 in favor of the Mimico Mountaineers. Haig back to the line against Vince as Boudreau, a 2-on-1 in the pass just behind Jason Walker. Bit of a chuckle there for Nate Grennan under the helmet. A trade acquisition from the Toronto Beaches was Nate Grennan just prior to the season starting. As Vesna through the middle, a shot saved by O'Callahan, recovered here by Mimico. And they're trying to run it up. Donville being harassed by Patrick Diamesis and then taken into the end boards after the fact. He's got a word for the Brampton defender. But now everybody headed back up the floor. Here's Vince for Whiteford. Hazen, Whiteford cutting again. They try the same play, but this time all over that was Rory Graham as he cut through the middle. And Nolan Kenny on the rebound to bring it up and across the timeline. Under 7 minutes to play in period number 1. 3-2 lead for Mimico. Jonathan Donville with 2 of those. Here he goes looking for the hat trick. And as he put the brakes on to try and break free of Jordan Majeros, ball popped out of the stick and rolled into the corner. Touched into the crease as well, I believe was the call there from Kyle Kropman. Which gives Brampton another opportunity. There's Grennan up high. Far side, a dance move there from Matteo Corsi. This goes off the glass, straight down the pipe by Estrat. His shot saved by O'Callahan. Outlet pass intended for Jonathan McConvey, too far. Goes the length of the floor where now Hazen will pick up. Whiteford. Vesna. Vesna will take the shot, that one well wide, and he goes to the bench shaking his head as it bounces right for Kyle Vince. Top of the stick down the floor by Orleman, letting them know that the shot clock was sounding. It was a weak bouncer that did catch O'Callahan, but most of that line, including Vesna, as we said, was already headed off to the bench. Through the middle, Thomas McConvey just over top of the net. Off the end glass as well. And check from behind there on the stick from Thomas McConvey. Sends the stick of Liam Steele flying. Biles will recover, though, right in front of his own bench. But all of this on the shot clock of Brampton, which is about to expire. 5 seconds. Hazen from long distance trying to beat that count. Ryan Hagel chased this down the floor looking for a quick reset, but Orleman getting that in his stick to take that chance away. Here's Donville, though, cutting off the bench, went straight to the pass. And his shot didn't miss by much, didn't miss the rafters by much either as it went high and into the Mimico bench as they were trying to fight over the loose ball after the fact. Here's Whiteford. Big tie up on the far side, pops the ball free, and it's rolling around here. And a whistle. I think that may have gone back into the Mimico crease as Vesna to the far side. Pass straight through in the shot, and a goal there by the Excelsiors. We've got ourselves a tie game with 4 minutes remaining in the first period. Another give and go play, the second time that's worked for Brampton with a little pick on the near side. But Brampton tying things up 3-3 here with 4 minutes left in the first period. A couple Brampton players wanted Ryan Haig called for the clamp there. Trapping down on the ball, which the Haig brothers, two players who play a fair deal of field, as most junior players do these days, is allowed in the field game, but officials letting it go here as well. Here's Keaton Thompson trying to pass across to the crease, and James Whiteford breaking that up. Couple players battling each other, Whiteford and Keaton Thompson. Thompson will peel off now as Jordan Majeros passed and keep the offense going, as now the defense back to the bench, and Estrat and Hazen back out there. Van Scheppen, sidearm shot straight down the pipe as he opens space for himself. 3 minutes remaining in the first period. We're tied up at 3 as Mimico and Brampton battle yet again here at Brampton Memorial Arena. Orleman getting a shoulder on it, man. He was all out of sorts. Had the stick lost and jersey popping up and everything. And trying the dunk shot there was Limoges. But it sailed just wide. Brady Grennan keeping this alive in the corner for Vesna. Dodging his way through traffic as the defense streams off that Mimico bench. Here's Vesna out in front. Ryan Haig, the big hit on Whiteford. Forces the ball arid in the corner of the bench, wanting them to muck it as there was 4 seconds remaining in the shot clock. And Mimico will get the reset. Hidden ball play there with Jonathan McConvey. It gets back for Braden Cresswell. And someone on the bench all over that as you heard them yelling. 7. Gareth Haig through a maze of players. First contact was Biles. And then second contact, I believe, was Jason Walker, which knocked the ball free. Yes, indeed it was, as the ball now comes back. The Brampton defender wearing number 4. Hazen. Van Scheppen in the corner for Vesna now. Vesna on the run. His shot wide of the mark. And tied up on the net in behind of O'Callaghan. As we've got 90 seconds remaining in our first period. Here's McConvey. McConvey sidestepping his way through. Takes the shot hard off the end. Boards Majeros with the clean catch. 2-on-1 with Grennan, now 3-on-2 as Vince joins the fray, and his shot will score. Quick change up the floor there for Brampton. Will regain them the lead as Mimico couldn't catch up. And you'll see they're all on top of this. Majeros first. Gets it back for Vince. And the pick, and the shot, and the goal. As the lead goes back to Brampton. They open the scoring early on with James Whiteford. Excuse me, Nathan Grennan had the first one. As we hit the last minute of play in the first period. Vince on the goal as Whiteford takes a shot, and Balavator with the save and then gave his man a shove. Grennan still down at center, now gets up. Shot clock has expired though, as in the corner. Mimico will get it with 34 seconds on the clock. O'Callaghan's looking to the bench. It doesn't look like they're going to bring him here. Bench says use it all. They're going to take the game clock down to about 4 seconds here. And again, a 5-on-5 set. Peshko in the corner for Donville. Up top, Cresswell. They continue to move it around to the far side. Peshko will now duck. His shot looking 5-hole on Orleman, who covers up. And will hang on with 6.4 remaining in the first. And no timeout here for Brampton. Each team gets 2. They can only use 1 per period. And it looks like we'll have all of them intact as we head into the second. A bounce shot there from Whiteford to bring a stoppage of play after 1 period and a 4-3 lead for the Brampton Excelsiors. They got things started as Mimico jumped out to a 3-1 lead. It was tied up 3-3 for Brampton. And then they take the lead with just over a minute left in our first period. 4-3 is the score as the Brampton Excelsiors lead. This is Junior A Lacrosse, as we remind you, coming up on JVI Sports Network. Oakville Titans Lacrosse coming up this Sunday. Starting at 7 from the Toronto Rock Athletic Center, the Titans face the KW Velocity in Ontario Series Lacrosse, formerly the Senior B circuit. And we'll have that for you right here on the JVI Sports Network. If you can get to the track on Sunday, do so, as they're going to honor the life of Blake Snell, who tragically passed away last year. And that will be a pregame ceremony that we'll have for you as well here on JVI Sports Network. Oakville Titans Lacrosse, our season-long coverage of Oakville Titans and Ontario Series Lacrosse from the Toronto Rock Athletic Center. Here in Brampton, though, 4-3 for the Excelsiors, as they will return home 1 week from tonight, May the 31st, an 8 p.m. start against the Burlington Chiefs. I'd like to thank some of their sponsors as well: Denny's Bus Line, Century Fire, Kistner, Bud Light, Salisbury Garden Supplies, Bingo Country, RGP Fire Protection, Kotak Law, the Box Lacrosse Store, Sangs Automotive, Gord's Basement Waterproofing, Cisco, Justine Blaney Wellness Center, Dum Dum Sports Bar, Service Master Clean of North Peel, Chinguacousy Lions, The Tax Shop, and Peel Ice, the 2019 sponsors of the Brampton Excelsiors. We'll take a quick timeout here on the JVI Sports Network as we are at the first intermission. About 8 minutes remaining here in our break as the Excelsiors lead 4-3. You're watching Ontario Lacrosse Association Junior A Lacrosse on the JVI Sports Network, and we'll be back after this timeout. Less than a minute away from the start of period number 2 here in Brampton. The Excelsiors leading the Mimico Mountaineers by a score of 4-3. You're watching Junior A Lacrosse on the JVI Sports Network, and I am Matthew Carrick. If you would like to see your team, if you play for a team, are a fan of a team, an owner of a team, or your event covered by the JVI Sports Network, please visit jvisportsnetwork.com. Reach out to us on social media at JVI Video, and that will get you in touch with Gary, and we'll work out all the details, and we hope to see you in Ontario sometime soon. A couple of those numbers we were going to get to you. Number 11, Sam Rowe, acquired by Mimico in a trade with the Beaches, He initially went to Toronto in the three-way deal a couple of years back that brought Andrew Q to Mimico as the Mountaineers made that Minto Cup run in 2017. Number 27, Michael Altman, and number 16, Finley Thompson. 3 Thompson brothers in the lineup for the Mountaineers here this evening. How about a 3-point night in that first period by Seth Van Scheppen? And 2 goals for Nate Grennan. Here's Hazen as the teams have switched sides. Brampton going right to left in the traditional crooked E jerseys, the white and purple. As Jonathan Donville for Mimico, running left to right. Trying the one-timer there with Braden Cresswell. Big, he can hear Donville up and over the top of Boudreau. He goes down, fresh 30. Donville to the net, the save by Orleman. What a play that would have been. As now a big collision far side as Riley DeLille looking to collide there with Thomas McConvey. And it's knocked out of the Mimico player's stick, and he's gassed as he's trailing the play. As it was a 2-on-1 with Jake Boudreau and Seth Van Scheppen. And Thomas McConvey had absolutely nothing in the tank to catch up. And as the ball gets turned over, probably a lucky break there for Mimico, as now McConvey gets back to the bench and takes a seat. Mimico about to go on the power play here. 7 seconds left in their shot clock. Justin Sykes, Wheeler up top to keep him at bay, and Peshko, some cheering down on the bench. Thought that may have gone in behind Orleman, but it's just a slashing call against Jordan Majeros, as Joel Furman had the signal there. 2 goals in the period for Jonathan Donville. Alex Simons with 1, Peshko a goal and an assist. Those were the 3 for Mimicos, pardon me. As the Simons marker was an assist as well. Here's Vince. Way outside, no pressure. Shot clock down to 10 as Peshko tries to pry it free. Balavator going airborne, and touching in the crease was Kyle Vince as he made a bid for his second of the game. Here's McConvey for Peshko as the power play of the Mountaineers will go to work here. Minute 15 left. As McConvey will take top spot. Down to the crease, Donville. McConvey, the shot rises over top of the net. And the return quickly down low was Orleman to meet the Peshko opportunity. And now Boudreau in transition with Sam Rowe. And Rowe forced him wide as the shot went high off the end glass. Here's Jake Boudreau with a fresh 30. Rowe continuing to work over Boudreau now, as Boudreau will turn and head to the bench. Ryan Haig high on the ball carrier. Seth Van Scheppen now. Rowe steps up on him as Brampton will put it to the boards for Eastrat. Through the crease. And the pass there intended, I believe, for Grennan. He let out a yell as it bounced off his stick and rolled errant. Peshko. Donville, now McConvey. Up for Sykes. Peshko for Donville up for Sykes, and that flips off the top of the stick. McConvey, Peshko down low, Cresswell, and they've been trying to get that one-time pass to work all night long. Finally, it clicks, and the power play goal for Mimico reties it at 4, right at the tail end of the man advantage. Starts with the loose ball recovery and follow the bouncing ball. One up top, they go down to the star, and Cresswell on the crease. Nothing that Orleman can do there, or the defenders, as a couple of them collided with each other. Saw on the tail end of that replay. But Braden Cresswell, the first special teams goal of the game, with apologies to face-off men everywhere. Ball down here, Boudreau nearly took it away, as Donville and, Simons got their signals crossed. Brampton will look past Vesna now. Hazen quickly back to the left side for Whiteford. Hazen ducking, his shot scores. Oh my, Hazen. Power move to the net to regain the lead here for Brampton. Hazen recognizes space, goes in, takes a lick. And a goal in the corner. And a learning experience on the bench for DJ Cleveley. Elevator will take the draw spot, as we said. Be a lot of him and Ryan Haig. Brampton countered with Vince as it was drawn all the way down the floor into the corner, which when we got here had a few bubbles in it already. That shot may have hit Donville in the hand, as Finley Thompson, wearing the Liam Limoges jersey, name bar and all, which I believe name bars are a new thing on these double blues. Thompson went through the crease and then applied the check. Lucky there wasn't a penalty there. Here's the shot on the run. And the transition game of the Excelsiors coming to play here in this second period, as Penn Estrat back to the 1-goal lead for the Excelsiors. Watch how quickly this one gets up the floor. One pass, bit of a run there from Boudreau down to Estrat, and he scores to make it 5-4 as we go back to live action for the faceoff. Elevator in there again as it rolls back for Pearson Nolan. Peshko, far side Simons. Cresswell spins away from pressure, up top for Gareth Haig. His sidearm shot right on the mark, and Orleman makes that save rather easily. Bit of contact behind the play. Separated by the official as Van Scheppen got it there for Whiteford. Return pass from Vesna, knocked down on the run. Here's Keaton Thompson. Thompson having trouble with it. Will now corral it at the side of the crease. No look pass. Oh my goodness. Pretty finish there from Keaton Thompson, as McConvey had all kinds of problems with it heading down the floor. It looked like a clear breakaway for for Keaton Thompson. And then trailing the play, Jonathan McConvey recovering and retying this game. (6-5) now as another one bounces away. Justin Sykes just couldn't catch up. (6-5) your score. 6 minutes gone in this second period. as the teams are starting to get settled in here and seeing a few better plays and a few runs being put together, especially in transition, especially on Brampton's side of the ball. Down in the corner for Nolan. Out in front, Cresswell got leveled there, and then still stumbling is Majeros, enough to push it forward. Nolan gonna chase the play back up top for Seth Van Scheppen. It's listed as Pearson Nolan on our game sheet. I believe that is Pearson Noble, however. As Austin Hazen, his pass sneaks through a crowd. Oh, Vesna over the shoulder. No look. The bench of Mimico saying he went through the crease, but he still got it with the 30 seconds. But now as it's down, it's ticking away from Brampton. Big pile up in the corner, but it's taken out and looking for free spaces. Jonathan McConvey. Donville looking over for Thomas McConvey. He gets taken down. Rebound picked up by Gareth Haig, looking for Simons. Lots of contact here as now McConvey's shot sails off the end boards. Finally a reset as it's picked up by Tyler Biles. Earlier on we said Nathan Grennan, the captain of this team. It is indeed Tyler Biles wearing the C, as Hazen will pass to the crease, turning and firing. Matteo Corsi took an extra second to settle down, but starting to get things going here in this second period. Cresswell for Donville now. 12 minutes remaining in the period. Up top, Peshko dancing his way through, takes a shot. It's laying at the feet of Orleman and can't reach into the crease here in Junior A, as you would be able to in winter ball. So Brampton with the possession as they go to the far side. Altman up top, a big hack there. Another couple more for Vesna. Eastrat down to the crease, a couple shots. Fakes rather for Whiteford before finally taking the shot. We've got a stick that's gone sailing into the corner, and it's the stick of Daniel Balavator. Sam Rowe on Vesna hard on the far side, gets a warning from the official. Big hide chop here. Hudson Thompson down to the crease. Balavator without his stick. Very tempting to take a penalty. He does well to keep his man at bay and stay out of the box on that possession. And Mimico, Michael Altman, an assist already here today. The young American has Cresswell. Dances out of the corner. Down for Donville. Now McConvey. Lost it momentarily, but now picks it back up. Here's Cresswell, a low shot. Hits the outside of the post and rolls into the corner. Here's Simons. Immediately swarmed as Thomas McConvey comes in to help out. And the ball squirts free out the back door for Jake Boudreau. Noble far side, then the arms go high. Both players looking at the official. No goal call, and they're not going to like that even more, as the man they thought might have got one takes it to the net and scores to extend Brampton's lead. Keep your eye on the top of the screen as a big scrum there with Nolan. And then they break away to the cut, and stumbling Nate Grennan with the hat trick here tonight. Vince and Ballowader again. Hudson Thompson was tied up by Vince. As things starting to get a little spicy. The Brampton Mimico rivalry we've come to expect from these two teams. Donville cuts through, takes the shot, it rolled, didn't quite get out of the crease as it was touched by Donville for a second time. As we hit the halfway mark of the period, 7-5 in favor of Brampton. Van Scheppen, here's Corsi. Hazen dancing around, a pass through, and it's off the stick of Corsi, and O'Callahan will hang on. Picked out of the crease by Nolan Kenny. McConvey, corner. Justin Sykes in behind the crease. McConvey gonna wheel out. Now looking for Cresswell, passes it away, and chasing after it, Liam Steele. And they're just gonna wait out the shot clock as it expires against the Mimico Mountaineers. Ball high here for Brampton. It's down for Hazen on the crease. Just out-muscling Ryan Haig there as he was backed all the way up. But Haig getting his body in front to force that one high. Loose ball in the corner. Gareth Haig reaching for it. Picked out, though, by Brampton, Owen Blout-Smith. It's brought up. Vesna on the run. And from behind, Altman there to knock it free. Bouncer through the crease, and that one goes up and hits the screening in behind. O'Callahan. Vesna, they give the go, the shot, and the rebound to Justin Sykes. As he looks to the bench, nobody there to help him yet. It's Penn Eastrat high. Shot here off of Orleman. It goes to the near side, right close to the Mimico bench. Peshko will shovel it back up. He may have taken a chop down low on the leg. That went unsighted by the official. Liam Steele and Peshko renew acquaintances. Turning, looking for the shot was McConvey. He then decides to go low. And it goes loose into the corner. 10 on the shot clock is turning and firing. It'll end up in the stick of Donville. Now 5 on the shot clock. McConvey has balls flying from everywhere. Still no reset, as now it will be. As a flurry of activity from the Mimico offensive unit there. Thomas McConvey ending up touching in the crease. Not a lot to show for it, however. Down the far side, a shot from Seth Van Scheppen bounces off a body. And up here for Thompson. Hudson Thompson has to deal with the official as the shot past the net. Orleman, oh, he recovers to make a great save on Ryan Haig. And then contact here at center. Will be an interference call, I believe, against Hudson Thompson. And Orleman wants a water break after that, and why not? He's earned it after making this save on Ryan Haig. Watch the recovery. Oh, just the calmness there from Orleman to recover, as we said, dealing with a big offense before that, and then the transition pushing down. That is just a calm save there as both goaltenders take the opportunity to get water. Hudson Thompson going off here for, I believe, interference. Illegal body contact was the signal. And indeed, interference. Shot off the end glass, straight out to Pearson Noble, who then flipped it to Keaton Thompson. Another breakaway that Mimico thought they had, taken away by Seth Van Scheppen. Taller player. He's going to get down the floor a little bit quicker once he gets those big wheels turning, as Hazen down in the corner. Van Scheppen. Another interception, clean this time from Balavader. Lowers the shoulder and has to get it up across. Balavader drops the shoulder again and muscles his way through. Now can't go back over as Mimico's killing a penalty. This rag play here from the veteran will bring the bench to life, but then a blind swipe from behind from Van Scheppen will knock it back free. Austin Hazen, the bench, asking power play unit to settle down. Hidden ball play near side, nearly worked too, as Penn Eastrat faked the shot. It was in the stick of Hazen the whole time. Peshko wants the quick reset. And Van Scheppen all over that. What a game from Van Scheppen tonight on both ends of the floor. 4 points coming out of the first period. And we'll check again at intermission, but he earns a well-deserved break. as he heads off. There's 5.5 minutes left in the second as Boudreau intercepts this cleanly off the stick of Donville. Heads down the floor and his shot goes wide. Rory Graham on steal. Graham into the corner for Peshko. Now Donville will slow things down with 10 seconds left on the penalty kill. Shot clock continues to tick away. This will do it for the man advantage. Excuse me. As Hudson Thompson comes across the floor. Brampton, beneficiary of the quick reset now, as Brady Grennan gets it across. Vesna on the run takes the shot and the save made by O'Callahan. Not a lot of clean looks, clean saves, I should say, for O'Callahan. Forcing him right in. As Justin Sykes, far side to the defender, falls, and they flip it back for Simons, who was wide open with the high defender out of the way. Here's Sykes now, his shot. Orleman down. Ball loose in the crease, now picked out by Boudreau. Drake Boudreau sending it up the far side. Riley DeLille. Vesna. They keep it with the lefties for now. As now Grennan, another lefty, taking to the floor. Hazen. Pick and roll there with Penn Eastrat. And they work it to the net and work it in. As Brampton starting to inch their way little by little out in front of Mimico. Now 8-5. As you see the pick, you see the roll, and that is textbook two-man lacrosse right there from the Brampton Excelsiors. And Austin Hazen, the son of Mike, who earlier this month inducted to the Brampton Sports Hall of Fame, probably had a hand in teaching his boy that play. Mike Hazen and Pat O'Toole joining Dylan Evans on the bench of the Brampton Excelsiors here for this season. Van Scheppen down the boards. Again, if you didn't joined us a bit late, missed it earlier, Dan Teat, the normal Junior A coach, has moved up to coach the major Excelsiors. Late shot there from Whiteford. And Sam Rowe, brief word for Whiteford, and the bench a few extra words for the official as he ran by, wanting a penalty there for the late shot. Brampton up by 3 with 3 minutes left here in the second period. It shot off a defender up into the screen, fresh 30 for Mimico. As Cresswell for Peshko down in the corner. Donville looking to return for Peshko, but the pass too far. Cresswell diving through the crease, has to clear now. As it looked like they may have gone towards the goal, but they keep it up high for McConvey. Thomas McConvey in the corner. Big collision there. Gareth Haig, as he put his shoulder into Jordan Majeros, picked up by Mimico. 10 left on their shot clock. As it is picked up, and Jonathan Peshko will draw a penalty. And a chin strap call will halt proceedings, but it will remain Mimico ball as Brampton heading off the floor for a slashing call, and it will be Riley DeLille. Both teams coming in with a couple wins so far. Brampton a couple wins, 2-1. Orleman wants a water break here, and I don't think it was granted by the official. He's just going to walk off the floor anyways. So he will get the water break. Riley O'Callahan decides to not take advantage of the timeout. Two wins, one loss for the Excelsiors on this young season so far. Mimico Mountaineers, a win and a defeat. The two wins for the Excelsiors coming in a home-and-home series with the Oakville Buzz, who this year move up from Junior B to the A-Loop. Mimico's victory over the Oakville Buzz. Their loss to the Orangeville Northmen. And interesting, in both games they've played so far, Mimico with 9 goals. A 9-6 win and a 13-9 loss. Zorleman took that one right off the mask. He's taking a knee now in the crease. I think he wants the attention of the official with 2 minutes remaining in the period, and I'm not sure that he's going to get it. He's going to have to stand in now, though, as Donville comes away with the ball. That would have been the chance to get the attention of Joel Furman. So it looks like Orleman is okay. As Peshko and now McConvey. Back down for Donville on the crease. Wide open net if Donville can get it out in front. And not in time. Gareth Haig, far side. Oh, what a save. Orleman went to his left earlier, goes to his right this time. And again, holding on to his mask, he takes it off. He's going to make sure everything's okay. Down on a knee with 90 seconds remaining in the period. Looks like he and his equipment are all right. Back behind us to our right. But now trying to kill off the remaining 50 seconds, of this penalty for the Brampton Excelsiors. Hazen. Some contact there, it looked like. Down low with Keaton Thompson. Mentioning the Thompson name a lot here, as there are 3 brothers. Hudson, Keaton, and Finley Thompson. The younger brothers of Tanner, who you remember from our Minto Cup coverage a few years ago. Thomas McConvey here. Peshko sider. Oh, that hit the post. Spinning here by Gareth Haig. The shot and the goal. Gareth Haig, the power play marker. A late one here in the period for Mimico with 47 seconds remaining. As the initial shot is going to hit off the post in behind Orleman. Here it comes now. And a beautiful move to get free, and then all alone, Orleman no time to reset as Gareth Haig pulling Mimico back within 2 here as the score is 8-6. Ball rolling down the floor. Official letting everybody know that both teams have both power plays still intact. Mimico, though, his face-off transition has been a thing for them ever since their inception a couple years ago at the junior level. As off the face-off, down in the corner, a 2-man break. The steal to the net, and the shot and the goal. As Mimico, couple quick ones here. Justin Sykes, welcome back to the carpet here in Brampton. And as Brampton corrals this face-off, immediate timeout call, but Balawader in the face. Is that Vince? Balawader and Vince, the 2 face-off combatants, as Balawader will get pushed out of the way there by Thomas McConvey. Vince to the box for cross-checking. Trying to listen in on Kyle Kropman giving everybody the explanation here. Timeout was granted, and then the cross-checking penalty. I imagine that Dylan Evans is upset because if he knew he was going man down, probably wouldn't have called this timeout, even though with 30.9 seconds, I'm not sure that that's going to make a difference unless we go overtime here, but that is what it is. Again, the Brampton Excelsiors wish to thank their 2019 sponsors, including Century Fire, Denny's Bus Lines, Kistner, Bud Light, Salisbury Garden Supplies, Bingo Country, RGP Fire Protection, Kotak Law, and the Box Lacrosse Store. Sangs Automotive, Gordon's Basement Waterproofing, Cisco, Justine Blaney Wellness Center, Dum Dum Sports Bar, Service Master Clean of North Peel, Chinguzi Lions, the Tack Shop, and Peel Ice. And again, if you're interested in supporting an upcoming broadcast, please get in touch with us at jvisportsnetwork.com or at JVI Video. Someone on the end of that will get you in touch with Gary, and we'll hope to see you out at your event, sports-related or otherwise. Here we go for the final 28 seconds. It is Brampton ball off the Mimico ball off the Brampton timeout. They keep Riley O'Callahan in the net as it's a Brampton power play as well. Trying to tie it up here, last possession. Sykes in front, low shot there, Cresswell. And up was Orleman looking down floor. I'm not sure if he thought the net was empty, but it looked like he was looking for the empty net, and Riley O'Callahan gonna just let this one play out. And the two teams will head to the rooms as Mimico nearly coming all the way back here. In the second period, they trail by 1. It is 8-7. Remember, the first 2 games of the year for them, only 9 goals on the board. So it'll be interesting to see here. A reminder that this game coming to you in the Junior A division on the JVI Sports Network. Our coverage shifts to Ontario Series Lacrosse, Senior B. On Sunday, the Oakville Titans at the Toronto Rock Athletics Center will honor the life of Blake Snell as JVI Sports Network continues our season-long coverage of Oakville Titans lacrosse as they welcome the KW Velocity. If you're on the YouTube channel, be sure to subscribe for notifications when that game will go live somewhere around 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also check out our first game of the season, a victory for the Oakville Titans, spoiler alert, against the Owen Sound North Stars. We're going to take a quick timeout now as we get set for the third period of play here in Brampton between the Excelsiors and the Mimico Mountaineers. It is Brampton leading 8-7. But Mimico will have the power play when we come back in about 9 minutes' time. Stay tuned, everyone. Approximately a minute away from the third period here in Brampton. It is an 8-7 lead for the Excelsiors with a minute and a half power play time remaining for the Mimico Mountaineers. This is a battle that's been a long time in the making. The rivalry between the Mimico Mountaineers and the Brampton Excelsiors started way back with the 97s a few years ago at the Ontario Finals and culminated, well, kept going, I guess, with the final six is Brampton knocking out Mimico on their home floor. And the biggest part of that rivalry 2 years ago in this building, the final semifinals, I guess, of the OLA series, where Mimico ended the Minto Cup hopes of Brampton on their home floor. Some of the best lacrosse I've seen in the province of Ontario between Mimico and Brampton, and expect nothing less from our matchup here tonight. A one-goal game heading into the third period. And this is interesting with Kyle Vince in the penalty box. Brampton's trying to figure out who's going to take this face-off, as he's the number one guy. And it'll be Daniel Wheeler getting the assignment against Ryan Haig, who's covering up and pushing through. Kyle Kropman will get right in there. And it will be Haig who comes away with it. Ryan Haig to Thomas McComvey. There's the McComvey brothers. There's the Haig brothers. And we already talked about the Thompson brothers. If Tanner Thompson was the mayor of Mimico when he was here, perhaps we've got the city council being represented by his three younger siblings now. Peshko will posture up here as Jason Walker brings it over the line. First real power play set for the Excelsiors with 40 seconds remaining in their man advantage. Big tie up down low. Sam Rowe, John Vesna. Vesna clearing space. Boudreau with the shot. And still six defenders rather, out there for Mimico. They just left them out for the entire set. So we'll play 4-on-4 for 35 seconds. The too many men. Still too many. Hudson Thompson and Keaton Thompson. Now Mimico needs one in the box. Trying to sort out who was on the floor at the time. I don't think Michael Altman was. So just picking one off the bench. No in-home rule in Junior A. But 30 seconds of 4-on-4, a bit extra space for this offense to work for Austin Hazen and the Excelsiors, and it bounces out of the stick of Hazen. Clearing it out of the crease, Pearson Noble. We got that sorted out. It is indeed Pearson Noble as opposed to the Nolan on our sheet. Our apologies to him and the Noble family. As down the far side, McComvey, now Alex Simons. Simons to Donville, his shot, oh, there was only space enough for a ball to get by, and it does indeed do that off the stick of Jonathan Donville. And just like that, we are tied up here in our third period. Watch where this shot goes. Just past the leg of Orleman. And not a lot of room, but just enough for Jonathan Donville to tie this game at 8. Minute and a half into our third period. Penalty had expired for Brampton, so I think that'll be a short-handed marker for Donville. It's his third of the game. 2 on the power play and 1 short-handed now for Mimico. Here's Van Scheppen and Hazen. Van Scheppen's shot off the helmet of Bellavader, and no reaction whatsoever. Now he adjusts the bucket, but almost like he didn't even feel it. He's pointing at the helmet now. Wonder if there's something wrong with that bucket. But he's going to stay out there trying to make it so the officials don't see. Is up top Boston. Hazen shot down the pipe and eating a bit of the follow-through with Justin Sykes. Paso leads Sykes down the floor. He's got Van Scheppen in tow. Had one eye on Balavader to see if he was going to look for an extra helmet there. As a 3-on-1 in the corner. Tyler Biles, the last one to join the fray. And Justin Sykes was not going to win that battle, but it was all about killing off time as the penalty clock down to 10 seconds now for Mimico. Michael Altman trying to make his way down, and indeed the helmet is ready for the switch. And it'll come now, but after a bounce shot from Whiteford to give Brampton back the lead. It's 9-8 here in the third. It's going to be a bouncer from Whiteford just in front of O'Callahan. Got lined up proper. But then the shot sneaking through. And Whiteford with his second. Big scrum here. Vincent Haig that time at the dot as Balavader does indeed switch the helmet. And we've got another one being rushed to the bench from the room. I apologize if Balavader comes out. Called him that for a number of years, and he informed me before the game started. It's Balavader with a V. So in the zone there, but doing my best up here as Donville will recover. Donville out in front and a big shove in the back there by Thomas McConvey. And this will be interesting. They do call it interference, as now that we switch to summer rules, a check from behind is an automatic 4 or 5. There is no minor for checking from behind, but they elect to go interference. And it'll just be a 2 for interference from Kyle Krotman. In this tight game, that 4-minute power play would have been huge. On the swing, I think that's the acceptable call from veteran official and NLL official Kyle Krotman. Awkward save from Orleman as the ball squirted behind him. But down the far side, Brampton, with a minute 35 remaining. It'll be Pent Estrat starting on the far side. He has 2 goals already in the game. Now Van Scheppen. Late in the shot clock, and it's going to expire with, Balavader not missing a shift. Takes the shot off the bucket, switches helmets, and gets back out there to corral the loose ball. 9-8 is your score. 15 minutes remaining. The shot there, and nearly another loose ball squirting through and away from Orleman. It'll be lifted up into the stick of Boudreau. Vince, Grennan, Corsi out there as the hands team. I was waiting for Hazen, but not this time, as that is the 4 with 5 left in their shot clock and 30 seconds left in their penalty. Bouncer off the end boards, heads up into the screening. Last chance here for Mimico with the man advantage. They trail 9-8 as Jonathan Peshko has a peek at the clock. Thomas McConvey, far side for Sykes. Quickly in the corner, Donville. Peshko, Cresswell in the middle. Peshko gets it back. His shot, hard, about 3-quarter release as the penalty box door opens, and it's a clean breakaway. Balavader gonna head to the net. He won't get there in time, as it's now a 2-goal lead for the Excelsiors, and that fires up their bench underneath our broadcast position. Just poor timing here for Mimico as that shot is going to bounce out. Quickly picked up by Jason Walker, and out of the box and down, Owen Blount-Smith. Just out of the box quickly, giving it a 10-8 lead for the Brampton Excelsiors. Remember, in 2 games already this year, Mimico only scoring 9 in both of them. 1 away from that tally. And now Brampton has passed it with perhaps the top goaltender in Junior A with Stephen Orleman, a number of years of service. Number of years of service, a Minto Cup and an NLL draft under his belt. That Minto Cup we did a few years ago included his brother Kevin, Riley Hutchcraft, and Doug Jameson. And of course, Christian Del Bianco, who's playing for a championship right now. Bench wanting a moving pick call on the far side against Penn Eastrat. Not going to matter though, as the save made by O'Callahan. Picked up here, Haig trying to get away from the press of the Excelsiors. 13 minutes remaining in our third period. Our final scheduled regulation period. Should we need it, we'll take a 10-minute full-time overtime. But a lot to be decided before we get that far. Expect anything when these two teams hit the floor against each other, though. Here's Jake Boudreau. Boudreau peeling over the top. Stopped in his tracks by Nolan Kenny. Now giving it off to Grennan. Already with 3 in the game, and a shot there from Vince off the end glass. Balavator on his wrong side looking for help. He collides with Walker. Reinforcements coming off the bench. Here's McConvey. Thomas McConvey into the corner. Peshko. Donville trying to open space. As now Sykes trailing the play. Oh, a rip there from Thomas McConvey. Mimico will get one back here. 10-9. They trail with 8 minutes gone in our final regulation period. This is just going to be a straight far side snipe there from McConvey. Some back and forth movement from the Mountaineers. And Thomas McConvey, second unit out there on that shift. Using air quotes, second unit for Mimico on the left side. As Simons now looking at free space for Donville. Pass to the far side, bounces off a stick. Sykes can't pick it up. Wheeler can, though. And now Wheeler will retreat back to the safety of his own end. Matteo Corsi with speed. Vesna, they're telling him to get through. They want him in the middle. He takes that spot as Grennan trailing. Couple Mimico players fall on the far side, and that opens Grennan on the crease. He shoots and scores right on the doorstep of O'Callahan, and the lead is back up to 2. A lot of movement and confusion right in front. You can see the job that Vesna's doing, but didn't need to, as Grennan was all alone right on the crease. And the Excelsiors get their 2-goal lead back after the most recent Mimico goal. Vince, on the boards there. A couple Mimico players coming in hot. That had every indication of being very, very bad, but everyone holds up and we continue play on as Seth Van Scheppen down along the half boards. Whiteford and Sam Rowe attacking each other. Oh, Vesna, the shot off the inside of the post. It comes back out and right to Sam Rowe. Otherwise, he had a second opportunity. Hudson Thompson shoots it off the back of Thomas McConvey, who doubles over. Spinning check there, Thompson on Liam Steele, and he's upset with himself as the arm goes high on the official. as that slash resounded through the Brampton Memorial Arena. Extra attacker on here for the Excelsiors. And Hudson Thompson will go for a slash with 10 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the period. Power play huddle up top here. Seth Van Scheppen, Van Hazen on the crease on the far side. Eastrat. They work the lefties first, though. Grennan. And the man down on the crease, James Whiteford, sitting on 2 goals. Here's Van Scheppen and Hazen. 2 names that have been part of Brampton Lacrosse for a number of years now. Hazen more so than Van Scheppen, but Seth's brother Luke before him. Bouncer off the end boards. And the pass up, caught by Keaton Thompson. Thompson slams on the brakes as he passed it back for Rory Graham. It'll be over and back as Graham wasn't looking back at the ball and collided with a defender in the process. So miscommunication there as the Excelsiors gifted another opportunity. Everything slows and calms and quiets right down before the shot, the rip, and it comes back to life as Seth Van Scheppen puts another one behind Riley O'Callaghan. The first power play marker of the night for the Excelsiors comes off the stick of Seth Van Scheppen. And again, a bit of a lull in the action. Everybody just kind of standing around. Pick in front, straight rip from the wrong side, and it just catches Riley O'Callaghan unawares. And it's now a 3-goal lead for the Excelsiors. I believe this is the largest for either team here this evening. Up for Grennan. In the corner, Vesna. Van Scheppen wants it up top, gets it, takes the shot late in the shot clock, and it booms off the end boards. Vesna picking it out. Will he have time? No, he won't, to let it rip. And attacked there by Sam Rowe as Mimico wanting the quick reset. Gareth Haig. Seems like it's been a while since the offense has been down in this left-hand side. As we turn around and Haig shooting it into the feet of Donville, trying to recover it, rolls into the crease, and as he draws it back, it is a crease violation, and quickly the Excelsiors push back up the floor. Nearing 8 minutes remaining in regulation. It is a 3-goal lead for the Excelsiors. Also tonight in Junior A action in Barrie, the Six Nations Arrows up facing the Lakeshores. Shot, a rip, goal. Seth Van Scheppen, and what do we got afterwards? As someone got up into the face of Keaton Thompson. Middle of a line change, lots of players out here. As Donville comes on in a bit of a shove. As we're still trying to sort things out, Balavader with words for Walker. And this will be interesting for Kyle Krotman and Joel Furman. I think it's play on everywhere. As we get another look at the goal here. Just a straight rip, and I won't, yeah, a bit of a tie up there on the left-hand side of your screen to start everything. If you look at the left side, looked like Thompson had a bit of the stick of Grennan just as we cut away. (13-9) your score. As Boudreau. Face off, one out, back for Van Scheppen now. Seth Van Scheppen with a pair. Hidden ball play with Hazen, Hazen has it there, knocked down as he tried to pass into the corner for Corsi. Whiteford, Van Scheppen And Sheppen's got the hot stick right now. He passes for Whiteford, and a well-timed check by Rory Graham puts that ball on the carpet. 4-goal lead. This was the final in Mimico on Saturday when they faced the Orangeville Northmen. 13-9 as a shot there. Orleman makes the save, and Boudreau headed off down the floor. Someone's shedding equipment there. Looks like a slash guard, perhaps of Alex Simons. Ending up on the floor. 7 minutes remaining. 4-goal lead for the Excelsiors. Sam Rowe poking this one free, and this is going to draw a crowd on the far side. Picked out, though, by Vince. And Balavader took his lane away. Long distance shot, trying to beat the shot clock. Whiteford. It does hit O'Callahan. I'm not sure if it did it in time, though, as we've got 6.5 left. Cresswell posturing up as he comes in with the defense. Here's Gareth Egg in front and bounces off the stick of Donville. And Orleman pushing the floor, wanted to get it up quickly to Jordan Majeros. And quickly out the front door, though, Pearson Noble. Took the angle away. Here's Hazen. Hazen near side. Grennan cutting to the net. They go over top of him for Vesna instead. Vesna around the cage, turning, firing Grennan off the foot of O'Callahan. Vesna on the reset, drops his shoulder into Balavader. There's two big bodies colliding right in the slot. All the way outside of the wall. Mimico not happy with the reset there, but Whiteford has 15 and gets bowled over. Balavader trying to get the loose ball. He does, and he's off to the races. Corsi coming in, may have gone high. The twist shot there by Balavader, and I think that is going to be a high stick called on Daniel Balavader. Corsi on Balavader, and an illegal cross check officially as it went high, but Balavader off to the races. There's your penalty. As just running out of room on the wrong side. Daniel Balavader draws the penalty, though, so with 5.5 minutes remaining in regulation, Mimico. McConvey scores right on the crease, just that quickly to get one back, and for the first time this season, the Mountaineers have hit double digits, but more importantly, they're only down by 3 here in tonight's game. Watch the far side as the ball moves quickly there. Pick, roll, shot, and goal. Just that simple. For Thomas McConvey, getting his second of the period. Here's Thompson, Josh Thompson, the only Thompson. Thompson with a P, that is. The only Thompson with a P in the game, the only Thompson on the Brampton roster. Countering Mimico's 3 we talked about earlier. Here's Hazen to the crease, and another return shot from Penn Eastrat. Still stuck on 2 goals thanks to Riley O'Callahan. Tripped up there and going down Pearson Noble. Donville, shot and a goal as the tic-tac-toe right to the crease. As Mimico was arguing they wanted a penalty, Donville picked up the loose ball and took it right to the cage as Orleman's going to call for a water break. Mimico Mountaineers trying to make a game of this with 4 minutes and 49 seconds remaining. As Noble gets dropped, here's Donville. Straight to the far side. Everybody kind of waiting as the man went down, and immediately afterwards, Stephen Orleman asked for a water break to go to the bench. The veteran Brampton netminder with 4:49. Mimico's bench wanted them to keep going as they've got momentum right here. Ryan Haig for Vince. And Vince, a big swing to get it free. And he's back after Ryan Haig again as Haig took off with the ball. Vince getting it back in his stick, but he comes up hobbled a little bit as Boudreau now for Corsi. 4.5 left. You would expect Brampton to slow things down here, but perhaps not, as Van Scheppen to Hazen. Trying to take some momentum away. Vesna blindly dumping it in the corner with 7 seconds on the shot clock. A weird play there, as standing over top of it was Pearson Noble, and then he got drilled by Van Scheppen. Noble and Van Scheppen again, as Noble will finally pass it back to Keaton Thompson. 4 minutes remaining, a 2-goal deficit. Donville, his lane to the net, taken away. Now Donville will pass through, looking for Sykes. Sykes with men all over him. He gets stripped from behind, and he was looking for a call. None coming as Boudreau up the far side. And again, you can expect the Excelsiors to slow it down here with Hazen quickly off the bench, though. Michael Altman trying to force the hand of the Excelsiors. This is going to be a shot and a save off the stick of Seth Van Scheppen. O'Callaghan will leave for Sam Rowe. And if Brampton's going to sit back and let time expire here, Mimico should be the other way, looking to push. Justin Sykes, far side. He's got McConvey with him. McConvey, slight pick. Up top, Simon's a bouncer. This one close to our broadcast position. Short hops in front of the Mimico bench. Staying in play, though. Down the floor, Haig, McConvey, Donville has it cleanly. Does he have time for a shot? Yes, he does, but it's wide in the corner. It looked like he was just going to dump it errant, but elected to take the wide shot. Under 3 to go in the third with a 2-goal lead. 13-11 for the Brampton Excelsiors. Trying to remain perfect at home. Austin Hazen, pushed wide by Ryan Haig. Up top, Corsi. Grennan, Hazen on the crease, his shot. Hits O'Callaghan for a reset, who will get the rebound. Big collision here, Balavator now a third Mimico player. Rory Graham over top as Hazen collides with him. And a lot of words after that set, as Mimico gets it as far as the restraining line, and now Gareth Haig as they get it up. Cresswell, Donville. Steady die to number 3 here, and that's exactly why. Donville, the bouncer, through the legs of Orleman. We got a 1-goal game just outside of 2 minutes remaining. Jonathan Donville has played nearly every offensive set in this period. And he does again, and this is why. Through a crowd, the bouncer, Orleman, definitely did not see that. We've got a 1-goal game here. Brampton, Mimico, head-to-head once again as a stick comes high in on Balavator, and he's quickly off the floor. No call, and Seth Van Scheppen will recover. Seth Van Scheppen gets a step on Pearson Noble. Back to the corner, up top, Grennan. Oh, he hit hard by Noble just after he got rid of the ball. Now Hazen, far side, turns, corner, takes the shot. O'Callaghan the save. Rebound, Wheeler over top. It'll pop out the back door onto the stick there of Ryan Haig. And Mimico, a minute 38, yelling at the troops. Bench coming alive with the stop from the defense. We'll see what the offense can do here, as just as quickly Brampton's defense gets out on the floor. All 5 lining up a wall. Here's Cresswell. Donville has a man on the crease. It's Thomas McConvey, who took himself out of position trying to get it through the legs of Orleman, who stands tall. Mimico has both timeouts remaining, can only use 1 in this period. Brampton will also have 1 as we come down the stretch here into the final period. Final minute of the final period, excuse me. John Vesna up high, he'll shovel it off. There to, Grennan. Grennan, Corsi, Whiteford the shot over top of a fallen Vesna. Now Whiteford, tie up in the corner. Whiteford, again, they want him to use the entire shot clock, which will take this down to about 20 seconds. They don't, though, as Vesna's shot. What did that hit? It's stuck in the foot of Riley O'Callaghan, and timeout for DJ Cleveley. Oh, boy. What a game here, Junior A, between the Mimico Mountaineers and the Brampton Excelsiors. The past 2 years representing Ontario in the Minto Cup Championship. Of course, 2 years ago, with the Minto Cup being here in Ontario, they got 2 representatives with 6 nations. With 6 nations and, Mimico coming out of Ontario, but Brampton, of course, last year getting their final instructions. This will be Mimico possession. O'Callahan on the bench. Pesh go back. 6 attackers on for 36.5. 1 goal game. Couple steps there from Peshko. He thought the whistle was about to go. Donville out of the corner. Peshko. There's Sykes. Peshko. Over for McConvey. Oh, what did that hit him behind? Perhaps the post. It did as it resets the shot clock. Here's Peshko. Sykes. Big tie up in front. And diving for it, Cresswell. Can he push it far enough to get it to Peshko? Big tie-up and a loose ball battle. What's going to happen here is the Brampton player goes down. It'll be Mimico possession again with 12.9 on the clock. Justin Sykes with it. Sykes looking for help. He gets it in the form of Thomas McConvey. Off the crossbar, hits the light standard. It comes back into play. 6.2 in our 1-goal game. Still Mimico Mountaineer ball with Justin Sykes up top. Donville with him. It'll be Jonathan Donville. Peshko a big pick in front. Also with Sykes. Another one off the crossbar. This is going to bounce out down over center. Time will expire and Brampton wins a tight Junior A contest 13-12. Oh, what a game here tonight as Mimico threw everything they could at the Excelsiors and Kevin Orleman in that final possession. A post and 2 crossbars in the final 35 seconds for the Mimico Mountaineers in behind Kevin Orleman. As they'll move up to 3-1, that gives them top spot in Junior A, albeit a young season tied with a couple teams. Mimico will drop to 1-2 with losses to Orangeville and Brampton, which as we start to talk about playoff seedings and head-to-head records, those losses against teams you may be battling for become very, very important. 13-12. Your final score here tonight in Brampton. Our crew will return on Sunday. We'll be supporting Lacrosse TV in major series this season as the Brampton Excelsiors open their 2019 campaign, the major series Excelsiors, that is. So be sure to hit up lacrosse.tv for that. lacrossetv.com, I believe, is the website. And if you want to see more from us as well, Ontario Series Lacrosse, we're pulling a doubleheader on Sunday with the Oakville Titans facing the KW Velocity. That's Ontario Series Lacrosse as they honor the life of Blake Snell. The Oakville Titans do at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center at 7 p.m. against the KW Velocity. Once again, we remind you, if you want to have us out to your event, sporting or otherwise, please visit JVISportsNetwork.com or at JVI Video on Twitter, where you can get in touch with Gary Morrison, and our crew hopes that we can see you sometime very soon. He was our producer and director tonight. On behalf of him and the entire JVI Sports Network, my name is Matthew Carrick. What a game tonight in Junior A as the Brampton Excelsiors improve to 3-1. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Matthew Carrick. What a game.